We are Soccerphiles Canada. Check us out by searching International Soccer Preview. Welcome to Series 30, looking at the players of the 2025 Gold Cup. This episode is looking at the players of Curacao. Part 2, the selections. Here we go. I'll race through it in our Spotlight Review is what we call it. Our Spotlight Review. So we begin with manager Dick Advocat, and we'll consider him as having been a selected candidate, leading them through the tournament there. For goalkeepers, we had definite candidate Eloy Room, and he made the final squad. Two likely candidates, Trevor Dornbush and Nino Fancito. Trevor Dornbush was selected, but surprisingly, Nino Fancito was not. Instead, possible candidate Tyrek Bodak was selected for the squad. So we have Room, Dornbush and Bodak here. And our predictions are definite starter Eloy Room and possible starter Trevor Dornbush. And we kind of justified those decisions in part 2. Or in section 2, but we won't go through those explanations again. Instead, we'll move on to defenders. We start with a versatile defender, Sherel Floranas, who is a definite candidate and who was selected for the final squad. Let's move on to central defenders. So that means Floranas' name kind of pops up all over the defense there. For central defenders, definite candidate Jurian Gary and likely candidate Roshan van Aijma. Both of those selected for the final squad. And so was possible but unlikely candidate Cuco Martina kind of coming back into the squad there. And generally we won't deal with players at the unlikely or seemingly off the squad level unless we have reason to, like Cuco Martina being selected. We don't think Cuco Martina is going to be a starter though. Our predictions are definite starters Jurian Gara and Roshan van Aijma pairing there. And then we would say our versatile defender Cheryl Floranes coming in, especially if it's a three-man defense, which they sometimes go with. On to left backs, and we have no definite candidate. We had a likely candidate in Jurich, Carolina, but he surprisingly was not selected either, just named to the preliminary squad there. Rather, our possible candidate, Arjani Martha, made it to the final squad. So just one candidate left back selected here. And some of these candidates, if you're watching the YouTube, you'll see that they're coded with different positions, like Jurich Carolina is coded as a central midfielder. But we put them here because, well, if we put them here, that means they primarily started here in this position over the period. Anyway, we landed on definite starter, neither of these players, but the versatile defender, Sherel Floranas. We think is definitely going to be starting on the left here. Moving over to the right, we had a definite candidate in Joshua Brennett. He was selected. No likely candidates, but possible candidate Tyreek Mercera, also selected. But our second possible candidate, Justin Ogenia, just making the preliminary squad there. And in terms of our predicted starters, we think Joshua Brennett is a definite starter there. Okay, moving on to the midfield. We also have a versatile midfielder there, so keep your ears out because he'll come up all over the place. Actually, more in the attacking end of the field, truth be told. It's Juninho Bacuna. He's a definite candidate here, and he was selected for the final squad. And we move on to defensive midfielders. Definite candidates, the brother of Juninho Bacuna, Leandro Bacuna, also a definite candidate and also selected. And also another definite candidate, Gottfried Roemerato, also selected for the final squad. We have two likely candidates here, Kevin Valida and Livano Comenencia, and both of those were also selected for the final squad. However, our two possible candidates, Nathan Markello and Shannon Carmelia, as well as possible but unlikely Vernon Anita, all three of those chosen for the preliminary squad but not making the final cut. Before we talk about predicted starters here, we'll just go through the rest of the midfield. Players coded as central midfielders. We have none at the definite or likely level, but we have Nicky Surin at the possible level. He only made the preliminary squad there. Left and right midfielders, we have no candidates at the possible level or above, so we'll just go straight to our predictions there. For defensive midfield, almost definite, but not quite. So we said likely Leandro Bacuno and Livano Comenencia. Those are the ones we think will start. And a possible starter, Godfried Roemerato. I've been struggling with this name. Godfried Roemerato. Okay, we go to the attacking end of the field. No versatile attackers here. Actually, Juninho Bacuno could be put here as a versatile attacker. Anyway, we go to left attackers. We have a definite candidate in Kenji Gore, actually coded as a forward, but playing over here, and he was selected. No candidates at the likely level, but two possible candidates, Jeremy Antonis and Ravian Rosario, both of those selected for the final squad. And that's all we'll introduce there. Let's go to our predictions. We have a definite starter in Kenji Gore. We think he will start. And possible starter, Juninho Bacuno. He's really a possible starter in any of the positions we'll talk about from here on forward. Maybe not a right attacker, though. For right attackers, we have a definite candidate in Juro Margarita, and two likely candidates, Brandy Kuos and Joshua Zimmerman. All three of those selected for the final squad. Possible candidate, though, Xander Severina, was only selected for the preliminary squad, did not make the final cut. And so we have, as a definite starter, Juro Margarita, and we had as a possible starter Xander Severina, but I guess we should get rid of that because he didn't make the squad. So we'll just stick with definite starter Juro Margarita over here. Central attackers, they do use the position a bit, but not all the time. If they do use it, it's Juninho Bacuno in the position, and that's what we're going to go with. We don't have any candidates at the possible level or above coded as central attackers over here. That's why our versatile midfielder, Juninho Bacuno, is playing the role when he's there, when they use it. On to forwards, and we skip secondary strikers because they don't have any, and go directly to the main forwards. We have a definite candidate in Rangelo Janga and a likely candidate in Gervain Castanier. Both of those making the squad, although we did see over the course of the period that Castanier seemed to take the starting spot there. We'll talk about that when we get to predictions, but we have a couple of more candidates to talk about. None at the possible level, a couple at the possible but unlikely level, but one of them made it to the final squad, and that is Jurgen Locadia. Making it to the final squad there. We won't talk about the others in this roundup. And that brings us to the end of our Spotlight Review. Check us out by searching International Soccer Preview. We would like to thank Future Bass for the wonderful music you hear in this podcast. The title is called Alone.